Here we start. Okay. Espérate, no sé si one second. I'm ready. Hi everyone!
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back to Smart Sparks, the podcast brought to you by the Uptime App, big ideas in small chunks. And today we are talking about the one thing that seems to come around every year when the sun decides to ghost us for like 4 months.
Oh God, seasonal affective disorder. Or SAD, which I mean it's a perfect acronym, isn't it?
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
They really nail it with the thing. So tell me, Hannah, about this SAD, or seasonal affective disorder.
So yeah, SAD is a real thing. It is not just a phrase used or a buzzword used. It is a real thing, and actually it's more common than you think. So about 5% of adults in the US every year suffer with SAD, and even more on top of that, suffer with a less severe case of the winter blues.
That's crazy and totally makes sense, because it's not just like I hate winter. It's a natural thing. So today we're diving in this Uptime hack by Michelle Chalfant's podcast, The Adult Chair, where she talked with Dr. Norman Rosenthal, the guy who invented SAD, and she said something that made me laugh. And it's like what we said before, it's not just like I hate winter, it's an actual thing.
It is an actual thing. And like Dr. Rosenthal figured this out way back in the 80s, really, when he was living in South Africa, where he was from. And then he moved to North America, and somewhere a lot colder, completely different climate, harsher winters, darker winters. And he realized that he suffered a lot more with mood swings, and he was a lot more down and depressed during those darker winter months.
Which, I mean, it's totally understandable.
Yeah,
But instead of saying, I hate it here, I love that he took a more proactive approach.
Yeah.
And he said well, let's gonna start a research why it happens this. And that's when SAD was born.
Yeah, and I love that attitude of, we have this problem, how can we solve it?
Yeah.
Rather than just accepting your fate and being miserable, you go, hold on a second, I'm going to do something about this. No one's done anything about this before, I'm going to do something about this. And he discovered that lack of sunlight means that your brain creates less serotonin and less dopamine, which, as many of us know, they are the happy hormones. They are the hormones that keep things smooth and keep things flowing and keep everything balanced within your body.
Mm-hmm.
So without those, that's when the fatigue kicks in, really.
It's crazy how the body works, and I would like to add a fun fact there, that it's not actually about the sun light on your skin. It's more about the sun going through your eyes. His team figured out that basically when the sunlight goes through our eyes, it affects the hypothalamus, and guess what? Ding, 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 ding. Hypothalamus is the part of our brain who regulates sleep, mood, and hunger. So, makes sense.
So when we don't get enough light, that leads to the mood swings, and everything just feels a bit off and a bit wrong, and you're tired and you're moody. And I don't know about you, but I just want to curl up in a little blanket like a burrito and just not leave the house.
Guilty. Yes.
Guilty.
But you know what's the cool part is guys, we're bringing to you as well sort of treatment. We have light therapy treatment as well, which basically is a lamp with certain features where you can just plop it up in your space while you're eating, while you're reading, 20-30 minutes a day.
Yeah, and so just to be clear, it's not just any lamp. You can't just sit in front of a random lamp you have in your house. You need to find one that is at least 1.5 feet tall, and that is bright enough to mimic the sun. So it's going to trick your brain into thinking you are outside in the natural sunshine when really you're not.
That's crazy, eh? How can we trick our brain to do like that? But the funny part is that Dr. Rosenthal tested, and guess what? It works. Not a placebo, but science. Maybe some people can feel the effects like very promptly. Some maybe take a bit longer because know that everybody works differently.
It's true, and in the same vein as that, if you are someone who the light therapy is not an option for you, there is a free alternative, which is to simply go outside. And I know I don't mean this in the evening when it's dark or if it's really cloudy or it's raining or whatever, but if it is a bright day, even if it's a little bit cloudy, getting outside for, well, Dr. Rosenthal suggests 3 short walks a day, which I think isn't necessarily doable for everyone, you know, especially if you have a very busy lifestyle. But getting outside, going for a short walk, just getting the natural sunlight on you,
Yeah.
it will make a massive difference.
It can make a massive difference. You can have like fresh air, sunlight, your mood change completely.
Absolutely.
So yeah, even for our friends in the north.
Yeah, I mean, where you live unfortunately does play a big part, as we know, as we live here in London, in the UK, where it is dark and cold for most of the winter and the autumn, to be honest. But if you do live somewhere that has colder winters, darker winters, unfortunately, there isn't a lot you can do.
We feel you guys. We
Yeah.
feel you. We feel the pain. But there's also, Hannah, a genetic factor.
Oh, really?
And it can run in families.
I did not know
And hormones play a role too.
Mhm.
So, fun fact, after puberty, girls are more affected by SAD than boys.
Really?
Yeah.
I say really, I mean, I'll be shocked at this
No,
point.
no, no, at this point.
No, just,
Let's be honest.
nothing shocks me on this anymore.
And I know that you have another practical tip
I
for us.
do. So this super practical tip that I learned when I read the hack on Uptime is if you know that you are someone who suffers badly with SAD or seasonal depression, winter blues, whatever you want to call it, try not to schedule big projects, big life changes, important deadlines like moving house or starting a new job, etc., for this time of year, because it will consume your energy. You won't be at your best.
And you will feel like demotivated and maybe so. I love that practical advice. I think like
Yeah.
it's work with your energy instead of working against it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, let's not forget about the vitamin D, guys. It's a big one. Low vitamin D also increase the SAD symptoms, making them like even worse. So supplements play a big part of this, but
Yeah.
first check with your doctor.
Always check with your doctor before you try anything new, guys. We are not doctors. So yeah, I mean, SAD is real. If you want to take anything away from this episode, is that it is a real thing. And there are real practical ways that you can deal with it. And once you add all of these different things up, your problem might just be solved.
Yeah, and just so you know that you're not alone. Don't struggle yourself with all this. There's people out there and nothing. See you next time, and don't forget to download the Uptime at the link in bio. Ciao!
Bye!